Hello fellow dragons, it's Shane from Astral Dragon Gaming. What do you get when you mix some blood, some bananas and some bullets? Well, you get My Friend Pedro, which is the game we're reviewing today. It is a side-scrolling shooting game that requires some tactic, good timing and a lot of great visuals. This is a game that has been on the radar for a long time. A lot of people have seen little things where you've got this guy running around basically jumping, flipping and shooting the crap out of everything around him. And it is a fantastic looking game, and that's why I want to review it, because it's really just a great visual sort of game that deserves a lot of hype and a lot of love from many gamers. It's out on Steam at the moment for, I believe, the retail price of $24 in Australian dollars, or $28 in Australian dollars. I can't figure out what that is in US at the moment because I haven't got my calculator out, but other than that, let's begin. So, you start off in the bottom of a warehouse and you're met by a sentient banana, and basically he controls your missions from mission to mission. There are many missions where you go from a illegal meat packing place all the way through to a section of sewer, which they make fun of, through a train, and through apparently what's called the internet, but it basically looks like a massive pipe. And then there is a major reveal at the end, and that's pretty much the entire game. But that's selling this game very short, very quickly. This game is visually very pleasing to the eye. It has been capped at 60 FPS, which is a bit sucks for a lot of people, and especially considering the speed of this game. But apparently the developers, this is what they chose. They've been using the Unity engine, which has not hurt this game at all. It does not slow, it does not stop, you are constant motion. The other thing that's really interesting about this game is that you have a bullet time. So imagine John Wick's Cross Equilibrium, if anyone's ever seen that movie, where you kind of slow down time and you're just bouncing bullets off left, right and center. It's a fantastic display of how you can have so much fun with a whole load of guns in your pocket and just shooting the crap out of everything. Each of the guns have their own signature sound, and they are meaty and very well structured. Like the shotgun is explosive, but it has a nice punch sound like from Doom and other things. The main assault rifle is very deadly sounding, and the pump sound every time when you launch a grenade from it is fantastic. And on top of that, there's the two handguns, and you can hear the individual handguns going off, the Uzis going off. It's really satisfying, the sounds and structure, and also the sounds of the environment as you're going through. That also is so engrossing, just hearing it all. But really, shout out for the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. It's so beaty, it's so thump 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 thump, and it's just matches the entire scene, the entire ideas and everything. It really looks great. Back to having a look at the visuals, the one thing I think they really nailed well is the travel of the bullets, but also just the flash of your gun as you're shooting and other people are shooting. It adds that level of texture to the entire environment when you're watching it that makes it look really, it's cinematic. There is no other way of saying it. The entire thing just looks so cinematic as you're running through a room and you're shooting off like 40 shells of your shotgun to take out various people. It is so unbelievably satisfying. and also the little ballet of your character sort of twists and turns and molds himself around bullets and everything. You can pirouette around bullets as you're going, and while you're pirouetting you can just start loading up your gun as you're going and then just continue to keep on shooting. It is all fantastic. There is not a moment in this game that does not slow down or feel like it's dead. Every time you're somewhere, it's fantastic. You can ricochet your bullets off something. You can kick a knife into a person's head. You can flip around, kick a gas can near a person, and then just explode it when you drop down with your gun. It's all just a real Hollywood kind of feel game that at the same time is not very sort of dynamic. On the easy levels, it's fairly easy, where all the characters are sort of half aiming at you. Like, they're mostly aiming at you, but there's occasional shots that are not going to hit you 100%. As you raise up in the difficulties, it gets harder and harder. And you're rated on each level. Each level gives you a rating between C, B, A, and S. S being the absolute best rank, and C being the lowest rank. Which is basically you're getting a little bronze certificate saying you did well. Another thing that I love the whole look of is the explosions of the gun and the effects on the enemies as they get hit. If they get hit in the chest, they move with the chest hit, they move with their leg hits. And also, when you're coming through with a shotgun or an explosive round or something like that, it will actually just take out the entire part of that section where the bullet comes through. Like, you come through with a shotgun, you can take off heads, you can take off legs, or you can take out the entire body, which just decompopulates the entire thing. It's truly fantastic to watch. I think this is probably my most favourite game I've ever had to play, and especially the ability where you can grab two Uzis in either hand and then you can split the shot, click the slow motion and aim individual people as you go. There is an auto aim in here, and that can mess with it at times when you're trying to get trick shots or trying to get speed runs through this, and it won't work for you. But at the end of the day, it's really just a fun romp through a really enjoyable game, and just the whole story is bizarre and surreal. Like, you go to one point where there's a Christmas party and everyone's in these really tacky Christmas jumpers, and the guy comes out in a Santa suit, but actually they're all bounty hunters, and all of a sudden they want to bounty hunt you. So it's just off the wall stuff, and it's really over the top stuff. Another point is where you'll go through a motorbike scene where you're shooting up all the vehicles and everything. That one scene is just, you could have a whole game of that and it would be the absolute best thing I could ever think of playing. I think this is a game that is built for speedrunners. It's not built for most people in the sense that, oh, you're going to replay this over and over, but there is that sense of achievement when you do succeed at times, and it really feels satisfying when you walk into a room and you've got 20 guys shooting at you and you manage to shoot all 20 of them and still walk out of it as if nothing has touched you. It's a godlike feeling that they've captured really well in this game. And I just, honestly, Dead Toast Entertainment, hats off. The animations, the movement, the feel of the guns, the feel of the whole thing is really great. The downside is, and I agree with a lot of different reviewers that I've been listening to and watching, is that it's really kind of sucky that there's not a lot of movement from the enemies themselves. Like, at times there will be some enemies that will move around, but a lot of the times they'll just be shoved out a door, given a gun, and shoot whatever comes next. And of course, in the next second they're dead. And that is kind of sucky and kind of annoying, but at the same time, I can see why they went for this, because it made it less difficult to do it. There is some enemies that will move and whatnot, but a lot of the time it's just each room is a puzzle box that you need to solve, then move on to the next puzzle box, move on, and so on and so forth. One of the things that really was done well, but at the same time was a bit harrowing, because you looked at it the minute you saw it and you just went, ah, wow, do I really have to do that? Is there is a couple of sections in this game where you don't do a lot of shooting, but a lot of it is a movement puzzle sort of concept, where you have to get through these laser fields, you have to get past these death rays and other things in order to survive to get through to the level. And they were good, but at the same time it sort of didn't stop showing you what exactly you had to do, and I think I like that a lot. There are a lot of puzzle games where you have to sort of meld through it and just keep on going, but this one is very reactionary. As you come to an event, you can react and suddenly do something in order to save yourself. You can suddenly sort of react quick enough and come in. And the inputs for the controllers and even the PC, mind you, I think PC will be more king of playing this game than the controller. This game really made it sort of really fast and quick, and there was no sort of delay in your clicking for your dodge button so you can move around things, or your quick movements where you need to move very quickly. It's very well orchestrated and it's very well designed, that it feels right and it feels really satisfying each time you succeed in an area. And death, well, death is unfortunate, because that will happen a damn lot, unless you are literally a godlike person on a controller or keyboard and mouse, because this game will punish you for not loading quickly enough, not dodging fast enough, and not analysing the room and your enemy type as you come through. It will punish you quickly and fast, and then you'll just have to start. But I do like the checkpoint system they've done here. They've done it to the point where it's either a particular section you are up to, or from the last set of enemies that you killed. And I really like that, because that concept of that is really fantastic. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review. I hope you get a copy of this game, because it is really fantastic. It came out on PC and Switch, and it is a really good 5 hours of play, and a lot of replay if you want to do that sort of achievement thing. I think getting the S rank does make it more satisfying at times, and it really just makes you feel like you're a real badass with a gun. So other than that, hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, and please come back for more content. Hit a like button if you liked it. Down button works just as well, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you, and bye for now.